Good morning, Brooke from Hahu Organics. This is my setup for Garden Show Ireland. This was a garden show taking place for the past 3 days, and there were traders, there were a flower stand, there were a lot of talks about food, about gardening, and I was invited to create this backyard garden, and that is my setup I did, trying to think of ways where one person can create a space to grow their own food if they don't have a land. That means in their small backyard. So I try to source different materials that would help them grow, feed their plants as well, and consume them. So a different type of plantings are happening here. So I'm gonna go and show around and show you what I have done. Okay, this is the first element of the gardening. So that is one, raised beds. And how can we make raised beds easily? This is made from pallet wood, which I have collected for free, and it was sanded down a little bit and stained on the outside of it for a good look. But the main idea of it is it can be raised to different heights. It doesn't have a depth, but 4 of them were connected by braces, and as you can see, it is filled with soil and we can directly plant in it. So if you have a bad back, or if you need to raise up and down, you can still vary the height of this. It depends how long you would cut it. You can see this is half of a pallet, so you can raise it as high as you want, or as low as you want. So if you can just sit on your chair and harvest your total. So this is a clever way of using pallets, and there are little elements like in between the pallet. You can plant your lettuces, and the center will be different things. There's chard here, some bushy tomato here, and some kales. This is obviously for a show, but it still can work. So I would always say, like, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lettuce plants can be somebody's lunch every weekend. There are a few more here, and just like that, you can think of ways to use your pallet. So this is done as an L. That means there are different elements. So here, the accessible ones, and something that is big is courgette. For example, courgette can be on the corner, and you can't access it, and you don't need to access it all the time, but you can stretch and reach it. But for something like beetroot, you'd access all the time, you can reach easily on your corner. So you can put a lot of thought in it, and then make a simple planter like this. It's an easy way of growing food. Okay, another element you can have in your garden is a small grow house for your tomatoes and for chilies and some aubergines I put there. This is just a sample, but if you are growing in Europe, you just need this because you need that heat to make use of heat. Our temperature doesn't go up that much, above 20, 22 sometimes, but a grow house would give that good heat for your tomatoes. So it can easily be purchased from garden centers, and you can grow a lot of stuff within a grow space as well. I have cucumber, tomato in here as a sample, and courgette, aubergine, and chili on this side. And when we come to on this side, there's another one, is the windowsill. So we have a windowsill, and there's a lot of opportunity to use your windowsill, mainly like small things like herbs. We don't need to purchase herbs, like we can grow all of the herbs we need for a season in our garden. And the first one is also even salad. The first one is a windowsill. So windowsills can be used for that purpose, and you can put, and small planters like this can easily fit. And this is made from pallet wood as well. And the bottom of the windowsill, as you can see, can be used to keep a lot of plants as well. Another thing we can do is using our wall to grow herbs and salads. And here I try to demonstrate this take this as a wall, and you can put a mesh on it or even pallet on it to give you that space to hang stuff. And for hanging, I used tins, for example, very easy tins we can find anytime, baking trays, and even I brought some welly boots of my sons. And this is just to give you an idea. Anything in the house that is old, that is not used, or that is going to be recycled or put in the waste can come and serve you as a stuff to plant. And everything here that you see is made from wood and material that was going to be thrown out. So this is one good idea of gardening. This is a vertical wall gardening, and all my herbs are here. Okay, this is a lean-to planter I made. So this whole setting looks like my garden in some little ways. And now I have made this planter for a dead space. This is my door, and beside the door there is a space in my house. And I just thought that place gets a lot of sunlight, but I need to use it much more. I could have just put some pots there and just only grow that. But what I planted this is made all from reclaimed wood, and it's a raised planter. Okay, and I have a lot of stuff going on in here. I have my strawberries here, and some herbs, some lettuce here, and some garlic chives, and kale and beetroot as well. So this is a simple way of using your space. You can see a lot of things can be planted. And as a planter, I used, for example, this one is I made it from pallet, a planter, and this is a small crate you can find in supermarkets. There's a cake tin. These are a cut of beer cans I have got on one birthday, and so you can see how you can manipulate a small space for your advantage and grow a lot of food. Okay, other things I presented in Garden Show Ireland are nettle and comforting, which I have done a video on already, and I just brought them here to inspire people. So that's you can harvest nettle from the wild and have it in your garden, make it, and that will complete the fertilizer need for your plants. And also this one is an old wheelbarrow, which I have just used to put in as a planter, because it's old and it's very frail, but it can sit there very nicely. So on this I put one courgette plant and few corn plants. This is a coriander flower and dill flower. They're gonna finish very soon, and they will be pulled out. So only the courgette and the corn will remain here. And that is, the courgette would give ground cover, and the corn would rise up, and they complement each other in one way or the other. So that's a really nice technique to use old stuff you have in the house, very old wheelbarrows. Another little element of my setting is the wormery. I probably would do a full video on that, but just it can be part of your gardening setup. This design of a wormery, for example, doesn't take much space, but all your food scrap can go here and can create food for you. So here is a finished product. It's a worm cast. It's a finished product of the worms eating. So this I can spread it on the plants, and it gives them a good nutrition. And also on the go, while they're producing that, they also produce liquid fertilizer. This was obtained from the bottom part of the wormery. Probably I'll do a video on that to show you. But this can be diluted easily and spread diluted with water, and you can water your plants, and it's very nutritious food for the plants. So that can be an element in your garden. It can sit in a small corner, and that doesn't take much space, but it will create good food for you, and you're recycling your waste. The last setting I have for Garden Show Ireland is this little cable reel, and it was cut for size to put pots up. It's just being a little bit creative and see what we can use for table. So you can have some little baby salads growing on your table, and some little herbs you can use as tea, and you can see as Ethiopian coffee is set there. So you can sit around here and enjoy your lunch while you harvest from your table or from your garden. Okay, other things a setup part of a garden show Ireland is planting in crates. You can see that potatoes we planted earlier on another video a few months ago are this big now, and some of them are flowering. So I took that as part of the Garden Show Ireland to show people there are crates in our house, in our garage, just lingering around, and we don't know what to do with them. And so those ones can be used to plant anything. I have used them for chilies in there and aubergines, and here is for potatoes. So I'll see how much produce would get out of this, but that is one simple way of having things to grow in the house. So this is what the Garden Show, my Garden Show Ireland show looks like. And thank you very much for following up. If you have any idea, and if you're doing something like this in your garden, or if this inspire you in some way, please share that with me, and we'll have a conversation going on about it. So thank you. See you on another video.